All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chahakadash, honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone. Well, peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the 144,000, the hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakatum. And the topic today is going to be stumbling blocks. And this is centered around the controversy of Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, which came back up. You know, there's a video that I believe I did a video about when that guy, deacon or priest or Ka, whatever name he goes by now, did a video. You're basically slandering us in a way, which those have consequences, by the way. All right. The Lord is not going to listen to excuses about camp beefs or I thought this or I thought that. Look, man, if you end up getting a man that the Most High has deemed one of his into trouble or even inconvenience, the Lord is going to pay you back for it. It doesn't matter how small it is. The Lord is going to get your ass. All right, because deep down, these camps, they know what they're doing, and I peeped that back when you first did the video about Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, which deals with unconsensual marriage or lying down. I'll just say that. All right. And what they're not even an argument, but what they're pushing is that we had a culture of rape. All right, which is not true. Okay, that was not our culture. There's simply a breakdown in the law on how to handle said matters when those things occur. And guess what? It doesn't involve a man getting put to death. Okay. Now, most people are emotional about that. They get upset. All right. But the same group, the same men, all right, will read the scriptures and break it down and actually correctly when it says the Lord is going to give us literal nations to inherit, man. Okay, we're literally going to inherit nations. That means when you look about that word force or lay hold, that we're going to do that to entire nations, man. So how much more a matter of a woman under your within your ranks, You read Numbers, the 31st chapter, a consequence of warfare, all right, are spoils, and part of those spoils are people, okay? You can read that and get the full breakdown on it, which they don't really touch on that too much, do they? Because their arguments, they don't make sense, okay? They read, I believe it's the 23rd verse in Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, and break that down wrong, all right? Which speaks about the man lays with a damsel who's betrothed, but they bypass the part that she's betrothed. So wait a minute, even if it was consensual, that's adultery. You still get put to death. They're not getting put to death because he took it forcefully. He's getting put to death because he committed adultery. Okay, that's why. All right, and these things are going to become, they are stumbling blocks, and they're filters, man. A lot of guys that shouldn't have been a part of Great Millstone are not in Great Millstone because that was something that they got emotional about, and good. All right, if you disagree, go on and do your own thing, teach what you want to teach. All right, we're going to see who's correct at the end of the day, and it's going to be a stumbling block for more men. All right. Like if you're in Great Millstone and you're on the fence, you're wishy-washy about it, look, man, you better examine yourself, because we're all going to get tried to the fullest extent. Okay? Don't let that be something that Esau can pressure you in, in a scenario, and then you end up doing something, that lacks integrity. Okay? Because if you really don't believe the doctrine, then you gotta examine it for yourself. Look, every man gotta be convinced in his own mind, man. All right. Scriptures say, prove the scriptures, man. Study to show thyself approved, and work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay, so I 100% agree with the apostles, on this, and to me, it's common sense. All right. If you're looking at it from a logical standpoint, and then you realize how many of these laws, like 18 years old and you know, but 21 to drink. Like all of these laws were made up, man, by America specifically, very, very recently. Okay, like even this day in other countries, there are ages of consent way below 18. Okay, and so what these guys don't understand is that this whole 18 thing is a modern day concept, and these people are slow. They're stupid. Okay, I know 21-year-old women that are not adults in their mind, man. All right, that's not a consequence of their age. It's a consequence of the place that we live in. It's a backward society, man. All right, they teach you here to have a whole phase first and then get married. Okay, they teach you to have kids first, then get married. To go get a husband after you had a career when you're 35. You know. And so, for you to trust in the morality of America, which is sad, all right, it's going to get a lot of Israelites jacked up, man, all right? But it's okay because the scriptures say the elect have obtained it, you know? And I can go into more detail about, you know, regarding the age and the great thing, about how that is sound doctrine, okay? That it don't really, and it's plain, man, you know? It's plain. See, y'all are gonna let Esau gaslight you into believing what he believes. Okay, you're gonna let him guilt you into believing in what he believes. But this is the same man that allows certain things to take place under certain flags with all the colors in them. Okay. These things are normalized among him. All right. And so, for you to follow after Satan, man, that is dumb. And ultimately, what I believe they wanted to do was to try to take members away from Great Millstone, just like Apostle Zahar said. That's exactly what they were trying to do. You know, they were trying to appeal to the brothers that may have been new or didn't know anything, or you know, trying to get them to get emotional. But guess what, man? The elect, we're not going to get emotional when it comes to the truth. Okay, it's not that we don't experience emotion, but we're not going to get emotional over the things that are true. When we hear the truth, man, we understand it. It clicks. All right. And although it may be a controversial thing, although it may be something people can slander you about, it may be something that they're going to try to denigrate your character and assassinate your character about. Hey, listen, hey, bring it on, man. You know, they did the same thing to Yahushua. Okay? But back then, you got to ask yourself the age that people got married in general before 200 years ago. Okay? That when you look at all those other cultures, man, whether it be the Moabites around us, the Ammonites, the Elamites, all right, they all married their daughters off at very young ages. Okay, and there's a reason for that. All right, it's called common sense. Now, see, here in America, they tell you, no, you can't touch it till you're 18, but then you talk to an 18-year-old, 20 bodies. Okay. Because you know what they've done? At the same time, it's just the guys. The 18-year-old thing is just the guys for them to look moral while they remove the real hedge against your daughter losing her virginity, which is the father. What have they done to the father figure, man? They made him take a back seat. If you get married, man, your woman is in charge, man. That woman is in charge. Anytime she can just rip away half of your assets for no reason, she can tell you what to do. All right. So what does that do? That strips the power away from the father in the household. All right. When you see the average woman gets married nowadays, the father giving away the bride, that's just an afterthought, man. The father didn't really have any say on who she married. Okay. He's just some nigga that's happy to be there, man. You know. Your daughter's doing whatever she wants to do, and when she ends up pregnant or some nigga beating the hell out of her, all right, then y'all crying. Y'all gonna try to blame? No. Raising a child starts from the time that they're born, and it really doesn't stop, man. You're supposed to be a constant example, man. You know. All right. There are milestones where you're accountable, which is the age of 12, by the way. When you're 12, you're an adult. You're accountable to the law. That means if you kill somebody, guess what? You're going to be charged with murder. Okay. Meanwhile, Esau is trying 12-year-olds right now as adults for murder, man. So it's the complete hypocrisy of this place. All right, that other Israelite groups just can't see because it's a stumbling block. Okay. Now, it could be a stumbling block from they just don't get it logically, or it's in a stumbling block where they can't get past it emotionally, where they just can't. They just can't. Look, man, I'm with whatever the Most High is with, and that's written. Okay. We're not gonna have to worry about this in the kingdom. He brought up the clip about Apostle Tahar. He said, if I want to take somebody, I'm gonna take them. But then, the way Deacon played it was pretty much out of context because Apostle Tahar clarified it, and he said, look, man, we're going to be in the kingdom. Do you think we're going to have to ask for anything in the kingdom? People are going to be offering and giving things to us, man. People included, okay? We're gonna have to say no more than we're going to have to say yes, man, all right? So they just don't, their minds are set in America, man. Like Apostle Tahar said, you've been in America too goddamn long. And that's very true, man. Don't follow the ways of the devil and let a man that has no basis of telling anybody what to do, or he's not on any kind of moral high horse, try to shame you, man. You're gonna feel ashamed from a goddamn heathen. Most of them are sodomites at that. It's shameful, man. But we're gonna see. All right, because the Lord is going to get every last one of you. The Lord knows, He knows your spirit, man. All right, He knows your spirit. So every brother that got slandered and every brother doing the slandering, guess what? That tab is going to be reconciled pretty soon. All right, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to see to that, man. We ain't going to have to do anything. Okay. So I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Hashem Ruchakudah Shalom. From Yasharal.